I don't know how many of you are going to agree with me on this, but I think self discipline is an act of self love. All this skincare you do, all this clothes shopping you do, all this retail you do, I think they are a point of self love, but the real self love is when you get in your self discipline and do something on routine, and especially something that is going to make you better than what you are today. When you do things that are good for you, like eating healthy, going on a run, going to the gym 4 times a week, or taking care of yourself, it adds up and it comes as a part of your self discipline, and it shows in the long term goals. The long term goal in life is to be so self disciplined, so loving to yourself, and showing up for yourself every day, even if you had a bad day, even if you had a very, very shitty day, but showing up for yourself even when nobody else is. Because you know what? It's your life, and you are the main character who is going to live this life of your dreams and hopes. If you don't show up for yourself, who else will? On some days it's so hard to show up for yourself, but you know what, on these sad days are the days where you understand the importance of self discipline and consistency and the love that you have for yourself. You know what, you are worth it. You are worth the curiosity, you are worth the consistency of getting better each day, because you deserve the world, and let nobody else in this world tell you otherwise. Because you know what, you are here on this planet to do bigger things, to live a better life, not to stay mad and sad at the life that you are and crib about what you don't have, but actually do something. Do better with your life, do better with your skin, do better with your workouts, and level up in such a way that people are like, oh my god, what happened to her? Haters that doubted you should know that, hey, you've done something in your life and you've become bigger. And don't do it for them, do it for yourself, because you deserve it. Choosing showing up for yourself, choosing a long term goal over your social media or your bad habits like smoking or drinking or anything else. You know what, choosing your self discipline, choosing your consistency over all these bad habits, all these partying in the evenings, or on all that time that you spend on social media. I know you have 6 hours of screen time only on Instagram, and do not tell me when you have this kind of hours on Instagram that you want to build something and you're working hard. No, I know that you're not. I know that we have to um I know that we have to attend about 8 9 hours of work and then do up and down for a hour or so. But after that, what do you do in the evenings? Do you actually take time to get consistent, to do something? The discipline that you show to yourself, the consistency that you show to yourself is going to add much more value than the comfort that you choose to spend your time on Instagram or Facebook or Netflix. I have put out this post the other day where I asked people where what would you do if none of these distractions existed, and I got some amazing replies. And if you want to be a part of this community where I'm consistently posting like positive things, please join me on my Instagram, and please also subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I am putting in all the love, all the hard work to grow this channel and to make sure we are all growing together. All right, back to the topic. And on that note, hi, I'm Darshani. Welcome back to this YouTube channel. And let's get straight to our topic. We all have big dreams. We want to have a bigger house, have big Ferraris and bigger cars. I personally have a dream of owning a Jeep someday. I know I will. And we always want to thrive in so many ways, but we end up wasting so much time on unnecessary things. It's not even required. We think that this, momentary comfort. Did you know, on an average, a Indian spends about 2.5 hours on their social media platforms? And I think that number is very low. I don't even think that the number is correct. I think that we spend much more time on our Instagrams and on our YouTube and all these social media platforms that are honestly harvesting us for all the information and just trying to sell us stuff which sometimes we don't even need. So I want you to think about what you can actually do in these 2 hours, how you can invest the right amount of energy in the right thing. Instead of scrolling on your Instagram for no reason, why don't you watch a very good YouTube video? that will actually add value into your life. I recently watched this YouTube video by Radhi where she was talking about how we end up spending so much time on our TVs and social media that if we try and invest that time into reading or learning a skill or maybe finishing up a course, we would actually be so much more better. And this video is honestly not for everybody, okay? I understand that a lot of people are happy with watching their TVs and series and movies, and I am with you. I totally understand that. I totally respect that. This particular video is for people who actually want to make that change, who think they are not satisfied with the kind of life that they are living, the kind of money that they are making. Because I was one of those people. I wanted to change this consumer mode to create mode and create something, because I know I can do it and I know you can do it. If you're especially watching this video and you want to change something about yourself, I hope that you understand that this video is a reminder that you can make the change. I currently have about 500 subs, and that would have never happened if I didn't put out the videos. I think you lose every view that you don't make, every opportunity that you don't take is a missed opportunity. If I would have never posted those videos, you would have never found me, and I would have never had a decent number of people watching me. I truly understand that consistency is hard. Going to like reading a book instead of just scrolling is hard, and it is going to be hard because the dopamine that you consume from your phones is too much. And for you to make that change, it's important, because once you make that change, once you know that, hey, instead of watching random stuff on like social media platforms, if I sit and create a video, that is going to have a bigger impact on my life, better impact on my life than just scrolling around. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Darshini, and I'm so glad that all of you are here watching this video. Thank you for all the love that you've given me on my previous videos, and I can't wait to create much more fun stuff. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Today's video is how to build self-discipline so that you can consistently show up for yourself and build something big for yourself, because I know that you want to. If you like such videos, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and go and watch other videos that I have created, because I would love for you to learn and grow with me, and let's all level up together. I'm making such videos because I just don't want you to grow, I want me to grow. And because when I say such things out loud, I have to consistently even show up for myself, because if I don't practice what I preach, then what's the point even, right? So let's get into today's video. The first point that I want you to know is it's not about perfection. I understand nobody's perfect. I am not perfect. God made nothing perfect. Your imperfections are the reason you are able to live a fun, unique life for yourself. But because we keep thinking about this perfectionism in our heads, and because it's also so engraved in our brain that we have to be perfect at everything that we do, because I think we were taught like that in school and colleges, we tend to either do it perfect or not do it at all, which is the reason why I think personally, I also slack in a lot of things that I really want to do. Self discipline is about consistently showing up. It's not about the stress that we give that it has to be perfect. I've been going to yoga recently, and I am not able to do my Surya Namaskars that they tell us to do properly. But if I keep focusing on, hey, I need to do it perfectly, I will never get to this place where I get better at it. When you start at something, you are not going to be perfect. You think I'm perfect at making YouTube videos? I'm not. You think I'm perfect at dancing or singing or whatever I want to do? I am not. We are all humans, and we all have flaws and mistakes, but that should not stop us from chasing what we want to chase. It in that case, it might be your financial thing or personal thing, or your skills that you want to build, or some hobby that you want to build. I really am bad at drawing, but that does not stop me from drawing sometimes, because it's just something that makes me happy. And that's the same way you need to start showing up for yourself. Self discipline does not mean perfectionism. Self discipline means that you're 100% showing up for yourself, even if it is going on a 30-minute walk or if it's a 5-minute walk. You are showing up for yourself in ways that you wouldn't. What your self discipline looks like today might not be what it looks like tomorrow. If you did a 30-minute workout today, I'm so proud of you. If you're not able to do that tomorrow because you have a headache or you are just in a very bad mood because of your office or whatever, I want you to show up at least for 5 minutes. I want you. Sometimes giving your best of whatever you have right now is self discipline, is self love. I just want to clarify, I'm not telling you to hustle every single day. You have to go to the gym 7 days a week, you have to have a strict diet. I don't want to promote that because I am not that person who does all of this. Being gentle with yourself is extremely important. It is a form of self love, and so is self discipline. When you are disciplined, you are much more focused, you are much more in tune with yourself. Your gut is great, you are able to take decisions, you are able to stay sharp on your job or whatever you are trying to build. They say this in my yoga class, and I'm a firm believer of this, that you should know what your body wants. You should push the body how much ever you want, but you can't be cruel with yourself, because you know what, your body is the reason you survived a big pandemic like COVID. You survived everything, your childhood, your all the bad days that you've had. But at the same time, having it more disciplined, having it in much more routine will only help you to be better in life. Especially as a woman, I know that how important our cycles are, our periods are, how messy it can get, how painful it can get. I'm not telling you to force yourself to be so disciplined that you have to go to the gym, etc., etc. But I am telling you to be much more kind to yourself. At the same time, if it hurts too much, don't be forced to go to the gym. Be Just take a slight walk instead of, again, instead of like drowning in self pity. Why don't you take some time off to just go on a walk, just listen to your favorite music and challenge yourself in different ways than challenging yourself at the gym? And if you are somebody who loves to go to that gym, go to the gym, and maybe don't have such intense days. Have a lighter day, do a easier workout. And if you're a man listening to this, treat your women well, especially on these days. Choosing to move your body is discipline, not forcing yourself to go into the gym. There is a difference, and you need to learn the difference between both of them. I want you to also understand that you are not perfect. I am not perfect. Nobody is perfect. I want you to acknowledge the fact that on some days we also have bad days, also have days where we don't want to do anything. But choosing to move your body is much more important than going to the gym 7 days a week and pushing yourself and having self pity. On just going on a walk is much more impactful than crying in bed, I guess. If you are watching this video and thinking, hey, I am working on that, please comment down below. I would love to have a chat with you. I would love to take pointers from you on how you are working on your own self discipline, and I would love to learn more, because I genuinely want to create a space where we can all learn and grow together and be better for tomorrow. Right, getting back to the topic, self discipline does not mean being so harsh on yourself, being 100% every single day. It means showing up for yourself every single day in ways that is possible for you. Instead of saying, okay, in this 30 days, how many times have I hit the gym, or how many times have I taken this course, I tend to ask myself, okay, in this 7 days, how many times was I able to do this? Okay, can I put a little more, much more effort? If Tuesday was a bad day at office, how can I make Thursday better for myself, at the same time cover up for the time that I was not able to give in my on like a Tuesday evening? And when we start understanding that perfectionism is not the way to live life, we will be much more easier on ourselves. We will be easily going to the gym and having a better day at the gym, and just like walking on the treadmill for like 15 minutes and coming back. Instead of struggling and doing nothing, I now have started to be much more kind with myself and understand and ask my body, okay, do I need this workout today? Okay, in the 7 days I showed up for myself 5 days a week. That is great, that is amazing. Next week also I will do the same. And you know what? You can start applying this for everything. In the last 30 days, okay, I've read my book 20 days away. Okay, in the last 30 days, I was able to read for 24 days or 25 days, or I was able to do my course 30 days. I was able to stay consistent on YouTube for 3 days a week or whatever. And once you start acknowledging that, hey, these are the things and this is where I can show up for myself, this is how I can work through my things that are going around in my life, that becomes easier, because then you are accepting that you are flawed. You are accepting that, hey, this is how I can show up for myself and this is how I can make it better. It's not about living the perfect life that I think everybody shows us on the Instagram, like the perfect 5 days that they've had. It's about eating a cupcake once in a while, having your ice cream once in a while, but having that balance between the self love and discipline, and at the same time being kind to yourself, showing up consistently for yourself. So don't forget to love yourself, okay? The second pointer, which is going to help you immensely, is to start thinking about long term goals. What are your long term goals? Think about it in a long term manner. I think because of Blinkit and Swiggy and all of these people, instant gratification has become so much easier than waiting for the long term goal. I remember when I was a kid, I used to wait for my shoes, like, which I used to get once in a year, and I was so desperate. And once I received those shoes, I would like clean them every single day. I would take good care of them. I would love them. I would absolutely love them. I don't think I have that same love right now. I understand that everything is easily available, immediate satisfaction is easily available, but you have to understand that your bigger goal is much more important than instant gratification. I've also noticed this when I was in my early 20s, in instantly getting gratified, like instantly seeing a shiny thing and being like super excited for it was the way to live my life. But I've understand, as I've gotten older, I've understood that, hey, that's not the way that I want to live my life. That's not the way I see myself making decisions for myself. Now I've started thinking about, what are my real goals? What do I actually want to achieve? What kind of body do I want to have? One of my very close friends went for a wedding, to her school friend's wedding, and she was telling me how our topics have changed from, hey, where should we go for a trek and what should we do, to, hey, health and finance and all of that. When she was talking about all of this, I understood that how important health is, how important our finances are, how important our long term goals are, how important our relationships are. I understood that, we become so busy in our own lives that we really about our own fitness. I understand that we're very busy. Everybody is, I know. But how important is fitness? When you are in your 30s and when you are in your 40s, you will regret not going to the gym. You will regret not lifting those weights. You will regret not taking the risk on YouTube that you should have taken back in the day. All of these things will tell you that your discipline is extremely important. The more you are disciplined, the more you also understand about yourself, the more you are able to ask questions and be curious and have a better day. I have met a lot of people who keep telling me that I've been having a bad week, a bad year, and they will do nothing to change it. And that is because they have never took the effort to understand what their discipline is, what they actually want, what their sleep cycles are. Once you are disciplined, once you are showing that self love to yourself, you will understand, hey, I love dancing, I want to pursue that. I want to learn much more about marketing or social media, and I want to pursue that. And you will make time for what is important. Your long term goals are extremely important, and you have to put in the effort, because if you don't do that today, you're going to regret it tomorrow. There is nothing wrong with drinking once in a while. There's nothing wrong with sleeping late once in a while. That nothing wrong with skipping the gym once in a while. But when you do it consistently, it becomes a part of your life. It becomes a part of your lifestyle, and that is what you become. And honestly, that is something that is really scary for me, because I would never want to be a person who's not disciplined, who's not showing myself the love that I deserve. What you do every day starts adding up. What you do, especially negative, every single day adds up in ways that you can't imagine. It leads to bad health, gaining of weight, and like you being extremely sad on days, and you being extremely nauseated, and it keeps making you fall into the same routine over and over again. It makes it more difficult to focus on what you want. It's said that it is much more easier for a lean person to lose weight than a healthy person. That is because your body has gotten so used to having a certain type of lifestyle. It becomes very difficult for you to change the lifestyle. So you need to know, if you need to make that change, make it right now and think about it in a long term way. Before you know, all these insignificant stupid habits that you have been picking up that are not good for you become a part of your lifestyle. They end up shaping your future. Do you actually want to be smoking 3 4 cigarettes a day? Do you actually want to gain weight and not be able to do what you want to do, not be able to spend time with your nieces and nephews and your own children? Do you actually not want to do these big treks that you have planned in mind? It's okay to give into your impulses, but you need to understand whether it is becoming a habit or whether it's a one time thing, and what you do today is going to shape your future. So be very careful of what you do, because your future is waiting for you. Your big dreams are waiting for you. If you don't complete them, who else will? So every decision you make from now on, whether it is small or big, think of your long term goals. And here is our point 3, which is start following up on your plans. And here is our point 3, which is start following up on your plan. If you've made a plan, you start following those plans. I've heard this very recently in some video somewhere where it said, follow your plan, not your mood. Your mood changes every minute, but if you have a plan in mind, you will do it. I remember when I have a task list, I do it no matter what, because I want to tick them off. But if I leave it for on depending on my mood, I end up doing nothing, because I know that my mood is going to change. If my best friend calls me, I'll be happy for the next 10 minutes. If somebody calls me and fights with me, my mood is going to go down. On good days and bad days, you go back to your routine, you go back to your discipline. And hence it is important that you should know what your discipline is, you should know what your plan is, and you should follow what your plan is. When I recently moved to Bangalore, I decided I was going to hit the gym, and I got my Cult Fit membership, which I'm really proud of, because you know what, cult memberships are really great because you can do so many things. You can do yoga and dance, and now they can do Pilates and boxing and whatnot, and it's really cool. All right, so when I came in here and I decided I'm going to do it, I have been pretty consistent for the last 30 days, since at least I've taken the membership, because I know that I've invested my money in it and I keep showing up for myself. But I know for a fact, when I was back in Pune, and I should tell myself that hey, I will run, and I should depend on my mood, and decide what my mood is today and then go for a run. I did not end up working out so much, but because I am so disciplined right now, I am able to follow the plan that I've created for myself. I have told myself that I have to go to the gym about 25 days in a month, and I am able to kind of work on those plans, because I know what my plan is and I am able to follow the plan. And same applies to you. If you have a plan in mind, if you want to start your business, if you want to create your YouTube channel, if you want to hit the gym, if you want to finish a course, you need to have a plan in mind, and you need to show up for yourself by following those plans. It's not I don't feel like going for a walk today. It is me showing up for that walk because it is important for me. It is important for my body. It is important for my mental health. Because it is also my long term goal to stay fit and healthy and happy in my life. I have realized this. If I keep asking myself that, hey, do you want to work out today, or do you want to eat healthy today, or do you want to eat an ice cream today, my brain will consistently choose comfort over anything else. And that's how our brains are processed, right? They're always in flight and fight mode, and they always want to keep ourselves safe. And that is what our brains will do. Our brains will tell us to choose comfort. But when you choose comfort, you're not showing up for yourself that the way your body needs you to. The day you decide that you will choose working out over everything else, over your own comfort, and that is the day you will be able to live your optimal life. You can't really depend on what you're feeling today. You can't really depend on what is your mood today. If you want to be disciplined, you have to be disciplined. You have to show up for yourself. You have to decide that you have made a plan and you will stick to the plan. Listen to me when I say this. The more you start working out on yourself, working on your mental health, working on your physical health, the more you'll start understanding yourself better, the more your intuition will get stronger, and the better you'll get in life. I remember when I actually started working on my own self since in 2020, I am a very different person today in 2025. I know 2019 Darshini would not be able to do anything that 2025 Darshini is able to do, because she took the time to get to know herself, to learn about herself, and follow her own plan and do what she wanted to do. A lot of people are going to tell you that it's difficult, it's hard, and this and that, but it's only here. It's your mindset. Your mindset needs to change to make the change in your lifestyle. If you are able to make that change, if you are able to do that for yourself, then there is no stopping you. Nobody is going to be able to stop you from what you want to create. And you know what? I don't want you to do this for anybody else. Do it for yourself. Even if you go for 30-minute gym, to 1 hour gym, to 15 minutes to the gym, or for a walk, or for if you put that time into reading, do it for yourself and do it with your heart, like fully mindfully be there and actually do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. Don't make these changes for anybody else. Do it for yourself, because you, honey, you deserve it. And you know what? The progress that you make, that is going to show you what you can actually do. I've heard so many people talk about themselves saying that, hey, I don't feel good in my body, I don't feel great in my body. And then I ask them, what are you doing to change it? What are you doing to change what you actually do not like about yourself? If you don't like your hair, have you learned to and taken the effort to learn about different hairstyles and how to do it? If you don't like your relationship with your partner, have you taken the effort to actually solve them? Have you actually followed up on whatever you needed to do? Have you actually shown up for yourself? Regardless of how you feel right now, I promise me that you will show up for yourself and follow the plan that you have created for yourself. If it is difficult for you to follow your own plan, I will put my plan in the description below. I don't 100% follow it all the time, but I am able to follow it almost 70-80% of the time, and I think that shows that I am able to stand up for myself and create something for myself. Because if I don't, who else will? If you don't, who else will? Go out there, overcome your discomfort, overcome your challenges, create something. If you don't create it today, you're going to regret it tomorrow. I really regret not starting my YouTube channel in 2020. Even if I did, I was not disciplined enough to make something out of it. And now when I am able to make these videos and stay consistent, and I am able to put these videos out, it makes me really happy. And I know if it will work, and I know it's going to work out for me. And even if it doesn't, I will never regret it, saying, hey, I should have started the YouTube channel when I had the time. I know there is going to be a time where you will just have to take care of a family. You'll only have the time to do your job. You'll only have the time to do certain things in life. But if you have the time right now, if you can, even if you can't, you should make sure that you show up for yourself. You do something that is according to your plan, your goals. It is going to sound a little selfish, but if you're not selfish and thinking about yourself, who else will? Talking about following your plan, I am told myself that I'm going to do one YouTube video once a week, and I am going to follow this plan. I'm not going to let my emotions, my mood, the people around me, the day I have had, to control me and not let me grow on YouTube. Come whatever may, I am going to do it. And that is the kind of mindset you need to have if you want to do something for yourself. Believe me, your goals are your strength, and more you work on your goals, the more easier it is going to become. Have you ever heard like a famous person or a successful person say, hey, I was just emotional so I didn't do this? No, because they are able to put in the work when it is required. They follow their plan, and if if you want to become successful, if you want to become rich, if you want to become better in your life, I want you to follow your plan. And to summarize everything that I've spoken today on today's video, first, it's not about perfectionism. Just show up for yourself. You don't have to be perfect at your yoga, at your dance classes, or anywhere. Just show up and learn every single day. Point number two was always to think of your long term goals. They are much more important. How do you want to live in long term? Do you want to be fitter, you want to be rich, you want to be educated? What do you want to do? And consistently take steps to make your future better, and always focus on your long term goals. The next one was to make a plan and follow the plan and be better at what you are. Don't let your mood, don't let the people around you dictate how you feel. Do what you need to do to make a better future for yourself. And on that note, that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you like this content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.